Welcome to a full week of training. My name's Rob, and if you didn't know, I'm taking on my first full distance Ironman in September. But along the way, I've got a half marathon, half Ironman, and an Olympic distance triathlon to test the waters. I'm currently 11 weeks out from my half marathon, so I'm just going to go on a run now, which is a half marathon specific run. It's going to be 90 minutes worth of work. So I'm going to go through the specifics in due course. I'll let you know there. So welcome to the full week of training. Let's get going with day one.
And we're off a 90-minute run now. I've got 4 lots of 10 minutes at around a 155 heart rate. So working around those threshold zones. Fingers crossed everything goes all right. Just come off the back of a cold. I was feeling really ropey past couple of days. So we'll see how we get on. Let's get to that first interval and I'll catch you after that. So 2 rounds down, feeling pretty good. The biggest frustration actually this workout is I'm running on undulating hills. It just means it's really hard to hold a set heart rate. I'm either going too fast, too slow. It just gets so annoying. So a really nice workout. That was 4 lots of 10 minutes hard, 10 minutes easy. Just in that last 10 minutes easy, cooling down now. So you have a bit of idea about the intent of that session is because I'm working towards a half marathon in 11 weeks time. I need to start to learn how to clear, well not learn, but I need to get better at clearing lactate. So lactate is the byproduct that kind of builds up in your legs, in your system, and essentially creates that burn. So by doing workouts like that where 10 minutes hard, 10 minutes slightly easier, and repeating teaches my body the skill of essentially resting while still moving. Nice to kind of get stuck back in after a couple of days off, after feeling really rough. So I'm going to go home now, got a couple of clients, and then off into the city to bases for some coaching there, and also to get a good strength session in. So I'll catch you there. So morning run done. I'm now at the gym getting ready to start my upper body session. I'm kind of staying away from a lot of lower body strength training at the moment, mainly because I'm putting a lot of stress through my legs from some hard bikes and some hard runs, and that's where my priority really wants to be. So at the moment I'm going to focus mainly on upper body and core, but I will reintroduce some lower body training, just some maintenance stuff in a couple of weeks time, when I've kind of adjusted to this new intensity in training, because my training volume is creeping up. So I've got to allow my body to kind of absorb this new volume training, get used to it, and then I can start adding in those lower body strength workouts. Even if it is mainly just for maintenance, it's still a stress which at the moment I want to prioritize into my triathlon training rather than prioritizing strength maintenance. So let's get into it.
So when it's coming to my upper body training, I'm keeping it real simple. I'm supersetting, pushing and pulling. I'm making sure I'm still keeping some strength, but I'm also still getting a bit of a pump as well, because that is still really important to me, obviously, because especially when it comes to that finish line photo, I want to make sure I've got a good double bicep flex. So I started out today's session with some heavy bench press. I'm focusing on a bit of the higher reps, so on the 8 rep range at the moment, and just paired that with some single arm dumbbell rows. So just nice, easy 8 to 10 reps, just grooving away, getting a good connection with my back throughout all the reps. So that finished off the horizontal pushing and pulling. I then moved into the vertical pushing and pulling, and that was just some strict presses with some weighted pull-ups. Now alternated between chin-ups and pull-ups, so palms facing away and palms facing towards you, and kept the rep range between 6 to 10 reps on both those exercises. So to finish off the upper body session, it had to be that finish line photo pump, which was some bicep curls, some lying tricep dumbbell extensions, and some dumbbell lateral raises. With the barbell curls, I'm focusing on making sure I'm keeping good quality control on the way down, so I'm not just letting the weight drop down. With the dumbbell tricep extensions, I'm using a little bit of momentum to get a nice big stretch into my lats and into that rib cage, so I get a good overhead position, which when it comes to my swimming, it's going to help get my arms overhead. And then to finish off with those lateral raises, I'm keeping my arms nice and long, slightly in front of me, just to keep all that stress twice on that lateral delt. So nothing too crazy, but a really good solid upper body session. So it's Tuesday and it's just gone past 5:45 in the morning. I'm about to kick off a bike session. Now this is an Ironman specific bike session, so I'll be plenty of sweet spot work, getting my legs ready. It's only about an hour and 15 today, so not too long, which is quite nice. So to fuel this workout, I'm having a decaf long black and also some toast with some peanut butter and jam. For the workout itself, I have got this homemade gel, which is a double espresso with 90 grams of carbs. So really looking forward to this because it is extremely tasty. This is the consistency of what the gel actually looks like, and it is awesome. I actually have to kind of slow myself down because I want to take it all in. So I'm going to eat my pre-workout food here and then go and get myself cycling. So I'll see you at the bike. Okay, so that was 10 rounds of 32 seconds at 395 watts and then 28 seconds at 160. So 10 rounds of hard and easy just to wake up the legs before 3 lots of 10 minutes at sweet spot. So those sweet spot intervals are going to be at 275 watts. It's going to be tough. Really dialing in this TT position, feeling good here. And since having my bike fit, it made such a difference. So I've got about 3 minutes left of this 5-minute rest. So hydrate, get some of my gel, and then get cracking. Oh, that was tough, but feeling good. That was 3 lots of 10 minutes at 275 watts. A really good workout. I'm gonna cut it short after this 5-minute rest period because it's a 5-minute cool down. The kids are awake and I want to get down with the family. So thankfully Tuesdays are just a single training day. I get to take my daughter to school and then take my son swimming and hang out with him for most of the day until I go to work this evening. So I really enjoy Tuesdays, especially kicking them off with a workout like that. It feels like a massive win for the day. I'm going to put up the stats on the screen here so you can see. Feeling strong, feeling good. So shower, fuel, get my oats in, got some nice overnight oats to eat, and then get on with the day. So I'll see you tomorrow. I've got my long run, which is actually going to be up in the city because I've got to take my motorbike to Wars, which is West London. So I've got some clients in the morning in the city, so I can then bike to Wars and then I'll be able to run around there, which I've never done. So I'll plan a route and should have some fun there. So I'll catch you tomorrow. So I'm here in Battersea Park and not been here in well over 15 years, so it's really nice to run in a new environment. Just dropped my bike off at Wars to get fixed, so I've got a 90-minute run to do now. Just been through the warm-up, which was ascending blocks up into about a 350 per kilometer pace. Now just getting ready for the next block of work, which is, I think it was 4x12 at 4 minutes 35 kilometers, so at that threshold pace. So that is the 4 lots of 12 minutes done. Feeling pretty good. Those 12 minutes are done at 4 minutes 35 per kilometer. Feeling strong. The last round of 12, not gonna lie, was pretty tough. Kept drifting towards that 440 mark, but managed to kind of pull it back in before I kind of let it get too out of control, and did average 430 for that 12-minute segment. So now just gonna head back towards, collect my motorbike, get home, rest up for the rest of the day. Body is feeling a little bit beaten up after that run. So I'll catch you tomorrow for my long bike. Now that was one hell of a swim. Pool was really busy, seems the weather is absolutely stunning. So I had a workout which had a load of pool boy and paddle work, which it was just too busy to continually stop. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna try and stay with the flow, keep swimming continuously, and decided to swim 3k all out. Well, I was going to swim an hour and see what I could get to. I got to about 2,800, I think it was, 28 or 2,900, and then finished off with the last couple hundred to round it up to the 3K, and felt really, really good. So I had my fastest 1,000, which was 20 minutes and 11 seconds, and my fastest 1,500, which was 31 minutes and 10 seconds. So as a whole, 1 hour, 4 minutes and 59 seconds for the 3,000 meters. So now time to rest up, get some food, and then I've got an easy bike this evening because I couldn't get it in this morning. So get that done, and yeah, ticking off the boxes, stacking them days. Let's go. So we're Friday, and I didn't get in my bike session last night, so my 90-minute easy bike. Got home and still stuffed from dinner, so I decided to actually sack it off because I knew I wanted to get up this morning and get this easy run in. So I've got a 60-minute, nothing crazy, probably sitting around that 5:15 to 5:20 pace. I'm not even going to look at my pace, I'm just going to take it real easy, run about 10k, and then I've got a client after. So without further ado, let's get into this easy run. So half hour into this morning's run, feeling pretty good. Can definitely tell my body's a tiny bit under recovered, especially because my pacing is around the 5:45 for a heart rate of around 140. So gonna just turn around now, get myself back home, and then get myself ready for my clients, and then into a hard bike. Can't wait for that. I'll see you later. Alright, so we are currently 20 minutes into this workout, and main reason I didn't keep jumping at the start is I've been procrastinating the start of this. It's just a 2-hour 15 workout where it's a pyramid of, I'm going to just show you. So those blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. That last block there, 16 minutes at 280 watts. And then either side of that, so it's 280 there, 273, 267, 260. So it goes up and then it goes down. But not only does the power go up, the duration goes up as well. So I've been kind of putting this off all morning really, because I'm still kind of tired from the past couple of days training. I think it's all catching up with me now. So my coach has actually put my wattages up by 10 watts. So my FTP at the moment is, I think sitting around 310. I think it was 310 or 315. No, it was 305. And recently she put it up 10 watts a little while back, and now we've gone up another 10 watts. So I'm now sitting at a 325 FTP. So all my numbers are going to be corresponding to that. So I've got my homemade gel, which is 90 grams of carbs and a double espresso shot. So really, really nice. I've only just made this, so it's not really thick enough like it normally is as a gel. So it's more a bit like a thick coffee, shall we say. But 90 grams of carbs, double espresso, rocket fuel. It should be quite a challenging session. So I'm gonna get my head down, get stuck in. 2 hours 15 of work, 20 minutes down. I'll catch you at the end. I am cooked. That was tough. That was 2 hours 15. Well, I'm just going to finish off the last 5 minutes to make it 2 hours 15. But a decent amount of work in that threshold space, sweet spot. Tough, really, really tough. But really happy with how it went. The first 10, 12, 14 minutes were alright. 16 minutes, I could notice the fatigue kicking in, noticed the cadence started to drop, and then pretty much for the last, well, the 16, 14, 12 and 10 minutes, cadence just dropped down. That last 10 minutes was pretty much averaging 75 RPM.
The first one was averaging like 95, so 20 RPM slower, but just couldn't go any faster, to be honest. But happy to be able to stick in it, finish it off. So a nice big feed tonight, I reckon. Some pasta, some pesto, some chicken. Ideal. Now I've just got to go all again tomorrow for another 2-hour bike, which is a lot more intense. So it's Saturday, it's the afternoon, and I'm pretty happy with myself that I've actually got myself on the bike. It was going to be very easy to stay sitting around with the family having fun, but I know I had this 2-hour cycle to do, so my compromise was I'm going to reduce the 2 hours down to an hour and a half, still get the main work done, but just reduce the warm up and reduce the cool down. It means that at least I'll still get some good solid work in, but I can get back to the family and keep having fun. Today's work is pretty intense. We've got 4 rounds of 6 minutes, 4 rounds of 4 minutes, 3 rounds of 3 minutes, and 3 rounds of 2 minutes, starting at around 290 watts, so that'll be around 90% of my FTP, there or thereabouts, and then building up to then finishing above my FTP. So I'm going to crack on, get on with it, and I'll catch you after. So I'm just continuing the experiment of these homemade gels. This one, unreal. I've used like there's ginger shots that you can get. So a ginger shot, mix them with maltodextrin and fructose. Awesome. I'll get a video up soon of the specifics, but pretty much I used, I want to say 40 grams of the ginger shot, 40 grams of some boiling water, 60 grams of maltodextrin, and 30 grams of fructose, and then a quarter teaspoon of pectin. Awesome. And this 90 grams worth of carbs, probably about 25p. Ideal. That was really tough. I had to drop the workout down to 90% of the powers that I was hitting after 2.5 rounds of the first 4-round block. Put it up on the screen here, you can kind of see where it drops down. And I mean, even from the first lot of intervals, you can see my cadence just dropping, where normally I'd sit around 85 to 90. Basically I'm sitting around 70 for that whole workout. And you can see the little blue lines when I try to pick up the cadence, and every time I kind of do, it just doesn't last. But big thing is, I didn't quit. When I put the percentage down to 90%, there was a moment I was just like, oh, just stop. Put it down to 90% and I was like, no, carry on. So I've now done, it'll be an hour and 40's worth of work pretty much, and I'm very glad I've done it at 90% rather than 100%, which, to be fair, doing as hard of a bike session I did yesterday into this today probably wasn't the smartest decision, but that's the problem when you move workouts in your week and you leave too little days to get big workouts done. But we done it. So now finish up the last 2 minutes, shower, eat, have a good night's sleep. Oh, so that was my full week of training. A couple of days later, and I've actually remembered that I needed to film an outro for this. So as a run through of the week, it was a pretty big week of training for me. 11 hours and 9 minutes total training, which accumulated 3,000 meters worth of swimming, 5 hours 8 of bike, which should have been 7 hours, but because I missed that 90-minute endurance ride and I slightly shortened the other workout on the Sunday, it kind of brought my total hours down, obviously. And my run duration was 4 hours 12, which was about 47k total for the week. So a fair amount. I only missed one run, which was a 20-minute run off the bike.
and wasn't too stressed about missing that, because at the end of the day, they're like a bonus to have as part of this plan, because brick sessions this far out from a race aren't necessarily necessary, but they're something that I do really enjoy to kind of keep that skill of running off the bike and feeling comfortable, because it is quite hard, I've found, to actually find a pace which is slow enough. I always find I'm running too fast, so every time I'm kind of doing it now, I'm really trying to bring my pace down quickly rather than spend it too long and too fast, because obviously it's not going to be ideal when you're going into a half marathon or a marathon. So I'm 16 weeks out from my first half Ironman of the year, and then 25 weeks out from my very first ever full distance Ironman. So really looking forward to this build into my half Ironman, because I've got some numbers to beat and I'm feeling pretty good. So fingers crossed we get there. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.